All right, Terry, I'll make you a deal. If you get this trailer unloaded with all the wood, you can go fishing. Sounds like a deal to me. Ugh. Floor joists. Floor beams. So we've got 9 8-foot 2x8s, which, yes, I know I could have got 16 footers, but the problem was I didn't really have a good way to haul a 16 footer. So I went with 2 8s, and I will just have to splice the middle board of the 3. Anyway, so 9 2x8 ground treated and 15 2x6 boards that will be floor joists. Lumber right here, $372. I was at the thrift store and I got this big old box of galvanized for 10 bucks. And this is, I don't know, 20, 25 pounds probably. And I got this big box, which some of them are kind of rusty, so I'm not sure how that's going to go. I might not be able to use all of them, but most of them are usable. And I got this big box for 20 bucks, and this is probably literally 50 pounds, I would guess. It's pretty heavy. So hopefully that was a good deal in the long run. Hopefully these go through the nailer just fine when I start framing. But these galvanized we'll need for the beams and for the treated, so I think that was a good find. Well, maybe they won't work. I got a malfunction the first try. It's not a good sign. That is not a good sign. Maybe this is one of those times when being cheap isn't gonna save me any money. Well, what's going on? Catch you in a bit. I swear I must have ADHD or something. I went into the shed to look for some wire to attach to the mouse traps because I got new mouse traps today. And I came out with a mower. So now that I have the mower out, I'm just gonna clean up some of these leaves quick. So, no wonder I never get anything done. I just broke the recoil cord. And the rider still has the steering linkage broke. Alright, this is not a priority. Going back in the shed. They'll probably bite through the string and take the trap anyway. So a little update on the mouse wars. I'm up to 9 mice, but then there was kind of a period where I wasn't catching anything, and then the traps weren't working great because they wouldn't get tripped and the peanut butter would be gone. So I knew there was something else in there, but I've been meaning to get new traps just because those ones were wore out apparently. So anyway, last night I heard something in the ceiling again, so fresh traps today. Fingers crossed, hopefully we can put an end to this week. Hopefully. Now I have a pretty small solar array, but it's pretty important that I keep it directional with the sun. Just because the sun angle changes over the course of the seasons, what I use is an app on my cell phone that tells me the best angle and direction of my solar. And right now I am way off. As you can see, my panels should be pointed this way, and they're pointed more this way. So we're gonna go ahead and move that real quick. Wow, my panels were really off. I had them more facing the same direction as the cabin, so I had them more like this. According to this chart, this is the perfect orientation, which I suppose this is the midday sun is right here because the sun travels across the sky right now. So now we have to check the angle. We've got the direction, now we have to check the angle. We're pretty close, but we just need to come out a little bit flatter of an angle. Well, it's a good thing I got the air nailer and these nails for cheap. Because they're not working in the nail gun. But we got 2 beams all ready to go. I do have to cut them to length. They're a little bit long. I need to put some shingles or tar paper or something underneath the beams and the concrete just to have a barrier between the wood and the concrete. What I really would have liked to have done was had some sheet metal that I could lay down that would overlap those cinder blocks, and then that would maybe keep the mice from being able to get up on the beams. But although, to be honest, it's so close to the ground, they'll probably just jump up on there. Well, a week later, and I did have to do a little adjusting with my blocks. 2 of them had settled a little bit out of these 6, and I have 2 on the other side that I'm going to have to tweak. For the most part, I just wanted to play with the laser level because I think it's cool. But yeah, it's probably so dark you probably can't tell, but I don't know if you can. I have a green headlamp on. I don't know if you can see the lines, but we are looking pretty good for the most part. Well, look at that, huh? Not sure how well you can see it in the camera, but we are dead on the money on this one. And if I'd get out of the way, we are dead on the money on this one. That's nice to see. That's very nice to see. And all the way down here as well. So we are looking pretty good. Man, this laser level's cool. It is pretty cool. Well, I got the beams finished up last night. It was a little too dark to film for the most part. But I did some thinking, and these beams are 16 feet long. And my original plan was I was going to make this 12 by 14. Well, that would require me to cut these beams 2 feet shorter. Well, that's kind of dumb, really. I mean, if they kind of fit on the block already, then why wouldn't I just add the 2 feet onto the cabin? That would make the, oh, my chickadees are, I just walked outside and the chickadees are trying to remind me it's breakfast time. But why would I why would I purposely cut 2 feet off the beams and then have to cut my plywood instead of using full sheets or 1.5 sheets? So I think we are officially up to 12 by 16. Yes, I see you, chick. I see you, chickadee. What, you want some breakfast? You want some seeds? All right, let's go feed the birds. Chickadee. Lining up, waiting for the breakfast. Well, I've got the one that's pretty brave, and the other ones are still a little nervous, so we'll just give them some easy seeds on the table and let them fill their bellies. So anywho, I think we're going to leave the beams in place and make this a 16-foot deep. I mean, we might as well, right? It doesn't make any sense to cut 2 feet off of each beam that we paid for. First things first, I am tired of tripping over these logs, so this morning we're going to split some wood. Somebody asked me why I don't use the tire method so I don't have to chase these splits all the time. Well, the problem is these rounds are too big to fit in a tire. I did bring a tire. I do have a tire for this, but these logs don't fit in it. But it does work well. Here I fought the idea for so long because I didn't want a junky old tire sitting around. And then I tried it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the best ever. All right, well, you guys have seen me split wood plenty of times. And the only thing worse than splitting wood is watching somebody split wood. So I'm going to knock some of this pile out. This is the 4th cart of split wood that I've brought to the wood pile. So even though it doesn't look like much, we did make some progress today. Kind of kills the plans for the day. I knew there was a chance of rain, but I don't think it was going to rain all day. Well, it looks like it's going to be a rain day all day today. So I think we're going to cut our losses and end the video here. Unfortunately, we didn't get much further than getting the beams laid. And I was experimenting with things to put between the concrete and the boards. I thought shingles, I thought some old composite decking material, but I'll have to think about that a little bit. Anyway, I've got my 2x6 for my floor joists, and I decided to go, since I decided to go a little bit bigger, I'm going to need a few more. But yeah, otherwise we got some wood cut, still lots more to do. So thank you everybody, I appreciate you. Thanks for all the comments, thanks for all the likes. They do help the channel, which helps me. So when you do that, you are literally helping me out. So thank you so much for your efforts in taking the time out of your day to leave comments or just leave a thumbs up. I appreciate it. It matters. Thanks again. I love you guys, and we will see you soon.